Tavion Dots in connection with the deadly shooting at Alcorn State.
9 suspects involved in the Leland shooting that left 6 people dead have been taken into custody.
And we'll look into a fire in New Hope that claimed an elderly man's life.
Your Take 30 News starts right now. Welcome back to your Take 30 News. I'm Grace Harvey.
And I'm Taylor Howard.
Alcorn State University experienced a shooting during their homecoming game last weekend, resulting in one woman's death. Mary Alexander has the rest.
A Vicksburg woman is dead after a school shooting on Alcorn State University's campus this past Saturday, leaving 2 other individuals injured. The shooting occurred during Alcorn's homecoming game at the Industrial Technology Building, which is the L-shaped building on your screen, where many students, alumni, and fans were tailgating. Suspect Tavion Dawes has been arrested for the shooting and charged with murder, aggravated assault, and possession of a weapon on school property. Dawes was denied bond today. Alcorn alum Reginald Starks was on campus when the shooting occurred.
Immediately after coming out, like I said, you see people, some people running, there are people crying, there are people with obvious concern looks on their face. And as you look around, you see, okay, something is not right here. This is from somebody not expecting to see that.
Alcorn State was not the only school shooting that occurred Saturday. At Jackson State University, an 11-year-old was shot in the abdomen in the tailgate area. Starks gave his opinion on the amount of school shootings happening.
We obviously have an issue, I think, where unfortunately individuals just don't seem to value each other as much as they used to. There seems to be less respect for life.
Alcorn released this statement Monday that reads in part that they're giving their condolences to the friends and families connected to the victims and encourages the Alcorn family to come together during these difficult times. With Take 30 News, I'm Mary Alexander.
Our hearts go out to the families and friends affected by the shooting.
Federal and state leaders are shedding new light on the mass shooting in Leland that left 6 people dead. The FBI says 26 were shot or injured when gunfire broke out just after midnight Saturday at the homecoming celebration on 4th and Main Streets. Of those, 6 died and 2 remain in critical condition. Investigators say they've now arrested 9 people in connection with the shooting, thanks in part to tips from the community. They're still asking anyone with information to come forward.
We also know that sometimes people may have knowledge, do not immediately come forward. This may be due to their close relationships with others who might be involved, or out of concern for their own safety, reputation, or standing in the community or amongst their friends. We understand these concerns, and we will ensure you have safe avenue for coming forward as you assist in protecting your community.
Is ongoing, and that all tips, no matter how small, could help bring justice to the victims and their families.
Now it's time for your first look at weather with Campus Connect meteorologist Jacob Linebarger.
And Grace, I think it's going to be a perfect forecast if you're excited for some of those fall-like temperatures. Right now we got sunny skies out on the campus of Mississippi State. We're still at 88 degrees. Our record high is 91 degrees, so we almost broke that today. Tomorrow we're having another warm day, 71 by 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, and then 88 as our afternoon high. It will be breezy because we got a line of storms moving in the afternoon. It will bring some gusty winds, and we can't rule out a tornado, but the main threat looks to be gusty winds. I'll have more later in the show.
New Hope is grieving after an elderly man passes in a fire. His wife remains in the hospital. We went to Lowndes County for more. A New Hope, Mississippi man died after a fire broke out at his home Wednesday afternoon. Fester Gilliam's body was found after firefighters searched his property. His wife was hospitalized after trying to save him from the blaze. Columbus Fire and Rescue officials say if a fire breaks out in your home, don't hesitate, get to safety.
Have a plan before it happens. Evacuation plan, get out, stay out.
Make sure you have a working smoke detector in your home. And when you hear that alarm, get up, get out, and stay out. Leave your belongings and call 911 as quickly as possible.
In our apartment, we have our fire extinguishers, our smoke alarms, and our smoke detectors.
October is Fire Prevention Month, and the Columbus Fire Station makes sure to keep people educated during this month.
So winter is our most busiest season for fire. A lot of times that's when the heaters come out.
This is the time of year too where everybody's gonna start burning their fireplaces, they're gonna start using their furnaces. We wanna make sure that stuff is clean. If you have a fireplace, make sure it's getting clean. It builds what's called creosote inside of it. And after a while, if you're not careful, that stuff will catch fire.
Fire safety is more than just being aware in your home.
I've done 2 internships at a paper mill, and I've always learned to have other people around you when you're dealing with something that could be flammable, and they can help you out.
Remember to call 911 as soon as a fire breaks out. Do not try to put the fire out by yourself.
The fire in New Hope is suspected to be an accident, but an investigation is still underway. Coming up, we'll look into MSU's new tuition affecting our students. Yeah, and stay tuned after the break to hear more about Camp Jam in Columbus. Camp Jam? Yes.
At Mississippi State University, student-led teams are taking one of the country's biggest health issues to heart. Out to unravel one of science's unsolved mysteries, researchers in MSU's Department of Agriculture and Biological Engineering are asking why and when healthy cells in human arteries can begin changing into bone-like structures that hamper blood flow. This calcification contributes to strokes and heart attacks, 2 leading causes of death in Mississippi. As part of their groundbreaking research, students are designing a 3D model that allows them to understand how arteries act within the body and what changes them. By recreating what is happening at the cellular level, researchers are pursuing ways to stop and reverse the process of calcification. Testing treatments could lead to new solutions, helping reduce the number of people struggling with the effects of poor heart health, and ultimately saving lives. Mississippi State University, getting to the heart of better health for Mississippians.
A new tuition structure is changing the way Mississippi State students pay for college. Some say it's simpler, others say certain students will pay more. Mississippi State rolled out a new tuition and fee plan this semester. It's meant to make bills clearer, but some students say it's been anything but.
I don't remember as a student getting an email clarifying this sudden change in prices. It was kind of word of ear.
Before, students saw several classes and lab fees listed out. Now most are rolled into one flat rate for 12 to 16 hours, and anything above that costs extra. Take a look. Prior to fall 2025, tuition covered 12 to 19 hours. Now it only covers up to 16 and costs a little more. Plus, smaller fees are now rolled into one flat $230 charge.
Transparency was a major motivation, simplicity, and taking away the surprise element of budgeting for school.
That extra charge can add up fast, about $435 for every hour past 16.
I'm taking more than the allotted 12 to 16 hours. It adds on so much more money, and so when we saw that, it was kind of, you're taken aback by how much money is now added onto your account just so that you can add on to your education.
The challenges of the change vary from person to person.
Some students and families are paying more, but some are paying less.
And the expenses don't end there. $300 in dog dollars is automatically added to student accounts each semester.
Mandatory charge for these $300 dog dollars. I used all mine up because I had to, but if I had the choice, I wouldn't have bought that much, because I mostly cook.
For now, students say they're still adjusting one bill at a time. The tuition and fee change took effect this fall, and the university says they'll continue reviewing feedback from students in the coming months.
The city of Columbus is big into the music scene, and our reporter Molly Tannehill is with us in the studio to tell us about her trip to the camp and the Jam Festival. Molly?
Columbus was ranked among the best in the top 10 for its arts and culture by USA Today. It's no secret that Columbus continues to showcase its art scene. This week, I was able to experience it firsthand at Camp and Jam.
Smile on your face lets me know that you need me. The truth in your eyes saying you'll never leave me.
Beginning in 2021, the Friends of Lake Lowndes began the annual tradition of the Camp and Jam Bluegrass Festival. For 3 nights, anyone is welcome to come sing, play their instruments, hang out, and roast marshmallows. Lisa and Keith say that this tradition has created a family.
Well, most of the group we have known for a long time, and so they are like family. They really are like family, and we all are supportive of each other. We do things with each other. Have we met new people in this group? Yes, we have, but they've become family just the same.
Lake Lowndes is not only known for this annual event, but hosts many others that consist of music and good times.
My favorite song is the song right now.
This festival is often celebrated by those camping at the park, but it is loved by locals as well.
Bring people together and bring people out here to the park and just helping the good folks out here at Lake Lowndes. We all live pretty close by, so we love it here and like this place.
The Friends of Lake Lowndes are having their annual Camp and Jam Bluegrass Festival Friday night and Saturday night, and they hope to see you there. Tonight at 6 p.m., the community will be back for more, and you just might see me there. Back to you, Grace.
Thank you, Molly. The West Point Animal Shelter is no place to be for an extended period of time, but that's exactly the case for one canine.
At the West Point Clay County Animal Shelter, every animal is hoping for a second chance. But one pup has been holding out hope longer than the rest. Meet Peanut, a nearly 2-year-old Great Pyrenees mix with a heart full of love. He's been at West Point since June, but his shelter's time goes back even further. Before arriving here, Peanut spent 6 months in another shelter. He was rescued from life on a chain, where an embedded collar caused injuries so severe he needed emergency surgery.
So Peanut came in around May or June from another shelter that we work with. It's a more high kill shelter, so we try and pull dogs from them when we can. And he was picked up by animal control in a cruelty case.
Peanut's story is heartbreaking, but it's not uncommon. Large breed dogs are often overlooked, and the longer that they stay in shelters, the harder it is for them to find homes.
Yes, so the hardest dogs to get adopted are larger dogs, like ones over 50, 60 pounds. We're really blessed with a really good network of fosters, volunteers, and adopters through our proximity to a college campus, but they're almost always looking for a small dog or a medium dog because they live in apartments.
As shelters across the country face overcrowding, the pressure is growing to find good homes for long-term residents like Peanut.
I feel as if they're helpless creatures, and if I can do something to help them have a better life, I would do anything in my power to do that.
For Peanut, the wait has been long, but the hope remains. In West Point for Take 30 News, I'm Kristina Baca.
If you would like to meet Peanut or learn more about adoption, you can find more information on West Point Animal Shelter's Facebook or website.
Mississippi State is opening the doors for students to travel the world. This week, the university hosted its annual Study Abroad Fair on the drill field.
It is 1,000% worth the hype.
The drill field welcomed hundreds of students to the Study Abroad Fair. Students got the chance to learn what the Study Abroad program has to offer and about potential scholarships.
All of our programs are represented here today. Students can see the different types of options that they have, get information about financial aid, scholarships, the application process.
Support that was given to me. The more stamps that I get, the more prizes that I win. Vendors also got the chance to speak and share unique highlights within the program.
Yeah, so I work for API Abroad, and we are a study abroad advisor. So basically what we do is we put together everything for students that are looking to study abroad. That includes the academics with a host university, that includes excursions, that includes housing, anything that nature we're encompassing.
Student Victoria Green explains what past experiences were like for her.
The study abroad that I went on was to the Bahamas, and we studied geosciences, which was fantastic. It was super interesting. We did a lot of exploring caves and snorkeling and lectures in the evenings.
Deadlines and more information can be found at www.international.msstate.edu. For Take 30 News, I'm Nyla Blackburn.
The Study Abroad office is located in 235 Walker Hall for those interested in more.
Coming up, we'll get a full look at your forecast.
Campus Connect meteorologist Jake Linebarger has more.
Discovery. It tells our history and determines our future. At Mississippi State University, we're digging deep, unlocking an understanding of our past, validating it. Middle East exploration by faculty and students is uncovering evidence that unravels ancient mysteries. Scholars have long thought of the biblical kings David and Solomon as mythological figures. Our research offers evidence that supports their existence, boosting MSU into an international league of experts on archaeology. Now we're changing the way people think about the past, opening up new possibilities of understanding for future generations. Digging deeper, learning more. When it comes to making the world a better place, it's all in the numbers at Mississippi State University. Our big data science researchers are creating astonishing new algorithms to model human behavior and consumer activity to identify anomalous purchasing patterns. Interpreting the data creates heat maps that can signal fraudulent activity and even predict likely cybercrime locations and perpetrators. And as the only academic institution to team with a state-level DHS agency in the study of transactional data of the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, MSU is helping prevent misuse while ensuring that benefits are being used as intended. These successes are opening doors for similar research partnerships with banking, insurance, credit card, and other data-intensive industries, leading to consumer confidence in online and other transactions. Making numbers count. Mississippi State University.
It's now time for Jacob to give us that full forecast.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be a great forecast if you're ready for that fall weather. We're going to have temperatures that are much closer to average next week. Radar is dry throughout the day today, and it's going to be dry as we look towards next week as well. However, we do have a front that's going to start moving in, and once this front impacts us, that is when we will get some of that severe weather chances that we have on Saturday into Sunday. But for now, like I said, radar is dry. We have a few clouds in the sky, and those clouds will stick around for the next several hours. Look how warm it is, 88 degrees in Starkville, 90 in Columbus. We were very close to a record high in Starkville of 91 degrees. We'll be mild tomorrow morning into the mid-60s. Now again, I mentioned that front that's moving through. It will happen overnight Saturday into Sunday. Gusty winds is going to be the main threat with this system. An isolated tornado cannot be ruled out, but I think gusty winds is going to be what's going to be waking you up in the middle of the night. We'll track this out, 2 p.m. We do not see any rain on radar, maybe a sprinkle or two in the afternoon Saturday, but we're really expecting this line to hit us past sunset. This is 9 o'clock, and you start to see the line start to move in as we head towards the I-55 corridor. This is midnight, and you start to see Pontotoc, Tupelo, Calhoun City getting some of the rain, some of that gusty wind with this front. And then that line's going to continue moving. This is 1 p.m., and it's impacting Starkville, and it's out pretty quickly. By 3 p.m., this system is moving on out of our hair. And also, once it does move on out of our hair, it will be dry for Sunday. It's going to give us a breeze. So Saturday and Sunday, we're going to have a bit of a breeze. So if you're planning to go out to the pumpkin patch, Sunday looks to be the better day. Saturday will be warm, but once the front moves on through, 71 on Sunday. Again, pretty breezy if you have any plans out the door. It will be dry after this front moves on through. The start of next week looks perfect for fall conditions, not a raindrop inside after this weekend. So our 7-day forecast, 88 degrees tomorrow, 71 on Sunday. And we see this getting towards Monday and Tuesday. Temperatures will warm up a little bit, but we're much closer to average. We're much closer to where we should be this time of year, and it's going to be perfect if you have any plans out the door. 74 on Wednesday, 75 on Thursday, and look at those lows into the mid to upper 40s. So it's much more seasonable and much more closer to average.
Thank you, Jacob. Up next, we'll look at how MSU football, basketball, and volleyball have been doing with our John Wesley Cochran.
The sense of place. We all have it. often grown from deep roots in small-town communities. At Mississippi State University, our Carl Small Town Center is strengthening these ties. With nearly 40 years of making a difference, we're revitalizing communities into welcoming places to work, live, and congregate. By weaving together the best pieces of our past with modern technology and amenities, we're creating the hometowns of the future. Places where lifetime memories can be made, where you have all the things you need, along with all the things you want. Through partnerships with our communities, we're identifying improvement opportunities, recommending paths forward, and creating the plans for a better tomorrow.
Welcome back to Take 30 Sports. I'm John Wesley Cochran. We have a lot to get in today with Mississippi State football, Bulldog basketball, and how the phenomenal start of the Mississippi State women's volleyball team. Last time out, Mississippi State battled it out on the gridiron with fellow conference foe in maroon, Texas A&M. The Bulldogs went on the road and played against the 5th largest crowd at Kyle Field with over 105,000 fans. The offense for Mississippi State started off slow in the first few possessions, but they were able to move into comfortable field position for Kyle Ferry to knock down the field goal. Now State's defense was on fire and they showed a lot of fight, getting a big 4th and goal stop early in the second quarter. And the defense kept making plays down the stretch in the first half. Kelly Jones with the interception. But the defense ultimately led up. Marcel Reed finds Casey Concepcion for the 50-yard strike, and he wrestled his way into the end zone to take the lead before half. Then the offense for Texas A&M just continued in the second half, and Mississippi State defense just couldn't keep up. Mario Craver led the way in receiving yards. Shapen, he ends up finding Brennan Thompson for the deep ball for another touchdown to lose 31-9. Let's hear what Jeff Lebby had to say.
The world we're living in. So we got to play better. We got to coach better. We got to do everything offensively better to give ourselves a chance to play better on the road and go win and support the defense for playing the way we played defensively for the first 3 quarters. They're on the field the entire game.
After coming off of a bye week, Mississippi State travels to Gainesville this weekend looking to snap a long SEC skid. The Bulldogs are 4-2 on the season, but still searching for their first conference win in over 2 years. Saturday's trip to the Swamp gives Jeff Lebby and the Bulldogs another opportunity to prove themselves against a struggling Gators squad.
Frustrated in obviously the last 2 and how they went. But I think our guys, again, man, are serious about being great, and they're serious about being able to go take advantage of a huge opportunity Saturday at 3:15. And we need to go win on the road in this league, and that's something that we've got out ahead of us.
MSU will play Florida tomorrow at 3:15 in the afternoon. Both men's and women's teams have new faces and big goals for the season. Take 30's Scott Shive shows us what's thriving the Bulldogs this season.
Right around the corner in Starkville, and both Mississippi State teams set high expectations. For men's coach Chris Jans, this year's squad looks different. Just 4 returners and 11 new faces, including transfers and freshmen.
Got 15 players. It's the smallest roster I've ever had as a head coach at any level. I've been accustomed to having a lot of bodies in practice, so it's caused us to change how we organize our practices and then certainly run our practices.
But one returning star give fans plenty to be excited about. Guard Joshua Hubbard is back, and Jan says his leadership has grown both on and off the court.
He's got all the qualities that you would want if you were looking at it from a coach's perspective in terms of his ability, so he's got respect that way. You know, he's as hard a worker as we have in the program, which gives him a little more confidence.
The Lady Bulldogs are also ready to dance. Head coach Sam Purcell enters his 4th season with a new theme, Drive. His team, fueled by fresh talent and a fan base that ranks them among the nation's best.
our Mississippi State women's basketball fans. 10 straight top 25 finishes in attendance, one of only 11 programs in the nation to be in the top 25 for 10 straight years. So when you put on that uniform at Mississippi State, it means something.
Purcell's new roster includes talented transfers like Cynthia King and Carissa Richardson, and he believes their hunger will set the tone for the season.
We know we have to get better. We know we have to fail, but most importantly, we know we have to get to know each other. And those are the best teams that I've been fortunate to be part of who make special runs because they got to have a dog mentality, and that's the group that I love right now.
With both programs chasing March Madness, the drive and discipline starts now. Mississippi State men's and women's basketball tip-off this November. For Take 30 News, I'm Scott Shive.
That's all we have for you today, Bulldogs.
Thanks for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next Friday at 4.
And next week is going to be the homecoming game, which is going to be very exciting.
Yeah, and I hope the weather's going to be perfect because we're having cooler conditions with this front moving on through. It'll feel a lot more like fall.
Anything's better than sweating at a football game. So I can
You're
always
telling
go.
me.
I mean, literally. It's just so hot at every single football game, so I hope you're right with that one.
Ready for sweater weather over here, for sure.
Oh, definitely.
How do you think that game's going to go, John Wesley?
I'm
Give us some
excited.
facts.
I think it's going to be great. You know, Jeff Lebby, he's got the dogs ready. Hopefully, this bye week definitely helps us keep healthy, and I think it'll help us going in the second half of the season.
I'm looking forward to it.
We were just talking about how busy October really is. We have Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Got my pink on. Molly Tannehill had her pink on. Halloween's going on. The homecoming game's going on. We just announced our homecoming court, which is really exciting.
Very exciting.
I think it's going to be a great month.
Are you dressing up for Halloween?
Duh.
Are you dressing up for here on Halloween?
I don't know, but maybe. We'll have to see. I'm being Sadness from Inside Out. I mean, that's pretty perfect.
I like that. I think I'm gonna go with
I
Ron
love that.
Weasley. Maybe I've got a
That's pretty
robe.
good.
So,
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. All right, guys. Well, we'll see you next week.